Hello, brave Stoic warriors. Today we will explore something incredibly powerful, a weapon that is always with you, that you can use immediately. Power of detachment. Have you ever wanted someone to always think about you? To be unable to stop looking for your presence, but felt like you were always the one chasing, always trying to please them? Imagine if you just changed your mindset a little. Everything would be reversed. They would be the one who could not resist looking for you. Epictetus once said, "The only thing that is within your control is how you react to the situation." When you stop chasing, you are taking back control. You will no longer need to chase someone for attention or validation. Instead, you detach, letting them realize your worth. And then they will wonder why you are so distant, and that curiosity is the trigger for them to start chasing you. Think about it. The more you try to chase, the more you feel like you're losing yourself, right? But when you step back, it's not giving up, it's taking back the initiative. As Tony Gaskin said, you teach others how to treat you by what you allow. When you stop allowing them to take you for granted, you give them the opportunity to see your true worth. Seneca also said, "Sometimes living is an act of courage." That's right, guys. Living courageously is an act of making people respect and love you. Step back, respect yourself, and let people see your worth for themselves. Here's my challenge to you. If you're ready to take back control and make them unable to stop thinking about you, leave a comment with the phrase, "I am admired." This is not just a saying, but a powerful statement about your independence and self-respect. Let's turn things around, you strong warriors. Start this journey now and let detachment work wonders for you. We are going to talk about something extremely interesting and important in every relationship. Detachment. Have you ever felt like you are chasing too much, but the results are not as expected? I know that feeling, like running on a treadmill, trying but never reaching the finish line. But wait, stop and think carefully for a moment. Are we misunderstanding this concept? Yes, detachment does not mean becoming cold, disappearing, or abandoning everything. On the contrary, it is about learning to respect yourself, creating enough space for others to see and reevaluate your value. Let me be clear before we go any further. Detachment is not about intentionally distancing yourself from others or pretending not to care. It is about affirming your own worth, that you are perfectly fine without them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Remember that you have the power to choose how you respond to any situation." And this is the spirit of detachment. You don't have to control everything, just how you respond to it. So how do you practice detachment properly? First, stop being the one who always initiates everything. Don't be the one who always texts first, calls first, or is always available. When you do that, you are inadvertently devaluing your own presence. Detachment here means you create space for others to recognize your importance. As Epictetus said, the only thing you can control is yourself. Yes, focus on controlling yourself, not what others do or don't do. Imagine this. If you're always there, always available, people won't have a chance to remember you. It's like having music playing in the background. Great, but no one notices it anymore. But when you turn off the music, the silence makes people notice what's missing. That's the effect. Isolation. When you take a step back, they have the time and space to realize that they really want you in their life. And if you're trying to attract someone new, remember, don't be too aggressive. You may think that being available, always showing interest, will help you attract them. This can actually make them retreat further. Instead of always being available, create a little mystery. Let them be curious about you. You have your own life, you have passions, you have goals, and you're not just waiting for their attention. When you show that you're valuable regardless of whether they're around or not, you become more attractive. As Marcus Aurelius said, focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This is the secret to creating separation naturally and effectively. Detachment is also important in existing relationships, especially when you feel like things have become too familiar and boring. Rekindle your own fire before trying to rekindle the fire in the relationship. Take time for yourself, pursue your own interests, take care of your body and mind. When you return to the things that make you happy, you will become more attractive to your partner. They will remember why they were drawn to you in the first place. Detachment here is not about creating distance between the two of you, but about showing that you are still valuable, still alive, and interesting. And if you are hoping that your ex will realize what they have lost, detachment is also your secret weapon. Instead of begging or trying to prove that you have changed, back off. Focus on yourself. Let them see that you do not need them to grow. They will start to realize that they have lost something really important. When you are no longer there, they will feel the void and start to rethink their decision. However, remember that detachment is not a trick. It is a mindset. You have to commit to yourself and stand your ground. While you are creating distance, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Immerse yourself in your passions, your goals, and the things that make you feel alive. When they see that you are not only existing, but thriving, they will start to feel the distance you are creating. That is when the situation changes. But you may be wondering, what if I step back? Will they forget about me? Don't worry, because when you step back, you are not disappearing. You are just changing the dynamic of the relationship. You are no longer available, but you are not completely gone. You are creating space for them to realize your value. The distance is not to hurt them, but to give them time to think about you, to realize that you are no longer easily available. When you step back, you are also giving yourself a chance to breathe. You are not only creating space for them, but also creating space for yourself to reconnect with what makes you happy. This not only helps you regain your power, but also makes you more attractive. You become a person of high value, someone who is not easily hurt by what others do or do not do. Stoicism teaches us that your happiness does not depend on what others do, but on how you react to it. When you stop chasing and start focusing on yourself, you will see a miraculous change happen. People who used to take you for granted will start to notice the change. They will start craving your presence that they previously took for granted. So take a step back. Give yourself space to grow, and give them space to recognize your value. You don't have to fight for their attention. They will come to you when they see that you are living your life to the fullest. If you are ready to take this step, leave a comment below with the words, "I am stepping back." This is not just a statement, it is a commitment to yourself about your value and the journey you are about to embark on. Remember, distance will help them remember you, but the most important thing is that you remember your own value. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens that matters, but how we react to it. So are you ready to take back your power? If you have any questions, thoughts, or would like to share your own perspective, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your personal experiences. And if what I share really resonates with you, please help me out by clicking like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We can continue this journey and grow together. The second thing I want to talk about here is the void you leave when you decide to step back. Think of it like this. You're always there, always ready to listen, but then, one day, you're no longer there. What happens? The fact is, when you withdraw, they begin to feel a void. Not a physical void, but the absence of your energy and presence. Like a favorite song, you may not realize it's playing until it's turned off. And this is where things get interesting. When you're always available, people gradually forget the true value of your presence. But once you withdraw, that void begins to appear in their lives. They begin to wonder what's going on. Imagine they're going about their day and then suddenly realize they haven't heard from you in a while. They may ignore it at first, but gradually the absence becomes more apparent. And then a moment comes when they ask themselves, "Why did you withdraw?" This is when curiosity turns into awareness. And that awareness is the key to them understanding that you once filled an important place in their lives. But here's the most important thing. While they feel the void, you are filling it with yourself. You don't wait for them to notice it. You are using this time to focus on personal growth. You are pursuing your passions, enjoying the things that make you happy. As Marcus Aurelius once said, your happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. When you focus on yourself, you are improving the quality of your life. Imagine this. While they feel your absence, you are stronger, more confident, and full of positive energy. This naturally makes you more attractive. There is something incredibly attractive about someone who is independent and knows their worth. You are creating a positive energy that they cannot help but be drawn to. You may be wondering, but what if they don't notice my absence? What if they don't care? That's a valuable answer. They're not really invested in the relationship. That means you deserve better. And this clarity will help you move on without any strings attached. However, most of the time, they will realize, because you're not just filling a void, you're bringing something meaningful to their life, and time will help them realize that. Don't forget that Stoic philosophy always reminds us to control ourselves and let go of the things we can't control. As Epictetus said, happiness is not having everything we want, but controlling what we can control. Use this time as an opportunity for you to become the best version of yourself. Focus on your own goals, happiness, and growth. And trust me, the more you focus on yourself, the more others will notice how much value you bring to their lives. If you agree with this, leave a comment below with the phrase, "I am living for myself." This is not just a statement, but a commitment that you choose to put yourself first. Become the best version of yourself. Finally, remember that it is not about how they feel, but what you are doing with your time and energy. When you choose to focus on yourself, you not only take back your power, but you also lay the foundation for others to notice how much you bring to their lives. And this, my friends, is how you turn the tables and start shifting the dynamic in your favor. Now let's explore something that I believe everyone has experienced at least once in their lives: the comparison trap. When you start moving forward, growing, and living your values, there are people who used to be close to you who start feeling empty. And that's when things get really interesting. They notice the change. They feel the void that your absence leaves. And when they try to move on, they start comparing. Oh, no one can replace you. That's what they realize. You are no longer a shadow in their lives. You have become that special person. Someone they can't easily forget. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in our imagination than in reality." And yes, while they are lost in their imagination, comparing the present with what they had with you, you are living in reality. You are moving forward, day by day, without looking back and without regret. You don't even care what they are doing or thinking, because you are too busy developing yourself. Now imagine this. They are spending time with someone else, maybe with someone new, or simply going about their day. But deep down, there is something they cannot hide. No one can compare to you. Your gestures, your listening, the way you support them, everything is unique and irreplaceable. They are starting to realize that what they once had with you was rare and precious. Now they are facing the painful truth. They have lost you, and that is something they may never get back. Like a delicate meal, once you have tasted the deliciousness, everything else becomes bland. They are going through the same thing, comparing new people to you. Meanwhile, you, the one who was with them, do not notice, do not get caught up in that comparison cycle. Why? Because you are too focused on your own development. You are pursuing the things that bring you joy, happiness, and fulfillment. You are becoming the best version of yourself every day, and that is something they cannot help but notice, even from afar. The more they compare, the more they realize your worth. You are not someone who can be easily replaced. You are the one who brought light into their lives, and that light is not easy to find again. This comparison trap is so strong that it leaves them with deep regret. But what about you? You don't care if they are comparing or regretting. You are not looking back, and you are not letting the past drag you down. You are rising. And that is the most important thing. As Marcus Aurelius said, act with a clear conscience and do not be disturbed by external things. You are living for yourself, not to please or depend on the emotions of others. And now, if you are on the path of growth, leave a comment below with the phrase, "I am getting stronger every day." This is not just a statement, but a testament that you are choosing to focus on your own growth, your own happiness, and your own journey. Don't let the comparison trap drag you down. For you, it is not an obstacle. It is an opportunity to shine brighter. Remember, your growth and happiness are something they cannot deny. You are a lighthouse, and they will see it, sooner or later. Stoic friends, The fourth thing I want to tell you today is confident. Did you know that being confident and moving forward is how you truly win? Think about it. You have changed, you have risen, and guess what? They have noticed. And now that you're not in their lives as much as you used to be, they're starting to feel empty. Imagine, not having your attention makes them feel insecure, and it's affecting them in a noticeable way. Now they start to look for reassurance. They start sending messages, flirting on social media, hoping you'll respond. But wait, this is where you don't jump in. You're not the same person you used to be, no longer willing to give them all your attention and time. You've chosen to focus on yourself. When they start testing the waters, trying to see if you're still interested, you don't have to rush. You respond, but in your own way. You're calm, confident, and it's not easy for them to see that you're still dependent on their attention. This makes them understand that you are no longer living to please others, but are focused on your own development. I want to remind you of Epicurus's quote, "No man is free unless he is master of himself." And this is your power, mastering yourself and standing your ground. You are no longer playing games or trying to control others. You are simply prioritizing your own happiness. And guess what? This makes you extremely attractive. No longer someone who can be swayed by a few superficial attempts from them. The more they seek security from you, the more they realize that to be in your life again, they have to work harder. They understand that you are not someone who can be won back easily, and that makes you even more desirable. So if you're willing to stand your ground, focus on yourself and not let their efforts drag you down, leave a comment below with the phrase, "I stand my ground." This isn't just a statement, it's a commitment to yourself, about your growth, strength, and confidence. Guys, standing your ground isn't being cold or aloof, it's knowing your worth and never settling for less than you deserve. It's how you continue to turn the tables, stay in control, and move forward with confidence. Remember, you are the one who decides which path you're going to take. Now I want to share with you something. Stop chasing and start attracting. Yes, you heard it right. Instead of chasing after things that don't belong to you, stop, take control of your life, and let great things come to you. Now imagine this. Have you ever felt like you needed to chase after someone, or even something, because you thought it would bring you happiness? But in the end, you just felt tired and empty. Don't worry, this happens to all of us. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, said, "Do not follow the path of others, walk your own path." So, it's time to stop chasing after others, stop trying to please everyone, and start focusing on yourself. What's the problem? We often think that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. We believe that if we have someone new, a new opportunity, or a new relationship, life will be better. But what is the truth? When they leave you, they think something better is waiting for them. But as time goes by, they will realize that what they had with you was really special. They start comparing, consciously or unconsciously, and then they realize that they have lost something precious. And what about you? You are not waiting for them to come back, not sitting there hoping that they will realize their mistake. You are living your own life, focusing on your own development, becoming the best version of you. Remember Seneca's advice. True happiness does not come from external pleasures, but from mastering yourself. Therefore, you do not need to seek happiness from others, you create it from within. The best part is, when you stop chasing and focus on improving yourself, people will start to notice you. They will realize that while they were lost, you became stronger, more confident, and no longer needed external validation to feel fulfilled. And that, folks, is true power. Epictetus once said, "You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it." So instead of worrying and chasing, stand firm and focus on yourself. So, how to attract instead of chasing? First, stop looking for validation from others. When you stop trying to please everyone and start doing what you believe is right, you become more attractive. Think about it. When you are confident, you will naturally attract people who have the same energy as you. Those who are not suitable will gradually leave, and this is completely fine. Second, focus on your own development. Set goals, learn and improve every day. Not only will you feel better about yourself, but you will also radiate a positive energy that others cannot help but notice. Seneca once said, "Successful people are not those who live an easy life, but those who know how to master a difficult." So, keep moving forward and constantly improve yourself. Third, learn to let go. If someone doesn't recognize your worth, don't try to prove it to them. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, but you are giving yourself the opportunity to find better things. As Marcus Aurelius said, never stop loving yourself. When you truly love yourself, you won't need anyone else to feel enough. When you do this, you will see the power dynamic in the relationship begin to shift. Those who left you will begin to realize that the grass is not greener on the other side. They will feel lost, and they will try to come back. But you will not rush to accept them. You have grown, you have changed, and now they have to prove that they are worthy of you. This is not arrogance, it is self-respect. So what will you do when they come back? Stand your ground. Let them prove that they have learned from their mistakes and are willing to work to earn your trust back. And if they don't, remember that you are strong enough to move on without them. Lastly, remember, the grass is not greener where you chase it. It is greener where you tend it. When you focus on yourself and tend your own garden, you will become stronger and more vibrant. And that's when people around you will realize your worth. Are you ready to take control? If so, leave a comment with the phrase, "I am strong." This is your declaration that you know your worth and won't settle for anything less than what you deserve. Remember, true power isn't about controlling others, it's about controlling yourself. You've taken back control of your life, and now it's time for others to catch up. Next up, friends, Unshakable Warriors. Together, you and I will explore a challenging but extremely necessary lesson. You don't have to chase anyone, let them come to you. Imagine, when they think they can find something better and leave you, they feel in control. And you just stay quiet and focus on yourself. Don't worry, that's real power. When you stop chasing, you become the center of attention. And that confidence is what makes them feel scared. Now imagine, you continue to grow, becoming a better version of yourself every day, while they begin to realize that the grass is not greener on the other side. They panic, afraid of losing you to someone else. They will try to win you back with flashy gestures, sweet words, but you will not budge. That's right, you're not easily persuaded. You don't rush back into their arms just because they're scared. If they want you back, they have to prove it with actions, not words. Epictetus said it very clearly, "No one is free unless he is the master of himself." And you are the master of yourself. You don't let your emotions rule you, you decide based on what's best for you. That's true power. And then, what do? They start the chase, but this time you're in control. They can't just turn around and expect things to go back to the way they were. You've changed, you've moved on, and now they have to run to catch up. You don't rush back to text messages or rearrange your schedule just because they want to see you. You own the game, set new standards, and they have to work hard to get back into your life. Remember, Stoics stand by their principles, and that's how you demonstrate your power. You don't need anyone else to prove your worth. You know you're worth it. As Marcus Aurelius said, stand by your principles and never lose control for others. This is when you truly show your strength and let them chase you, not the other way around. So if you're ready to stand your ground, let them face their fears and try to win you back. Leave a comment below with the phrase, "I'm unshakable." This is your powerful statement that you know your worth and you won't lower your standards just because someone has regrets. Lastly, always remember, the grass isn't greener where you run after it. It's greener where you tend it. You have taken care of yourself and developed yourself, and now it is time for others to recognize that value. They will admire you, respect you, but you do not need that admiration to define your worth. You know what you deserve and will not compromise for anyone. If you feel motivated by this video, please hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Remember, you are always in control of your life.